£200,000. 199,100 to be precise. That's enough to buy you a brand new Porsche 911 Turbo S. One of the most complete performance cars in the world. Over 700 horsepower, 0-60 in about 2.5 seconds, 4-wheel drive, rear-wheel steering, and now with T-Hybrid to eliminate that trademark turbo lag. This thing is engineered to be devastatingly fast in pretty much any condition. And at this level, the decision is simple. If you've got this kind of money to spend on a 911, you just buy the best one. Job done. It's the flagship, it's the fastest, most capable version of the 911 that you can get without stepping into GT territory. It's the one that says you've made it, and the beauty is that you don't really need to overthink it. Pick your color, maybe add the rear seats, and you've got one of the most complete cars that Porsche makes. But what if going straight to the top is a mistake? What if I can do something smarter with my 200 grand? Because the more time I spent on the configurator, the more I found myself going back. Not to something lesser, but to something different. A Carrera 4 GTS, and this is where things started to change. Because instead of just picking the most expensive 911, I started building one around how I'd actually use it. Front axle lift, because London. Burmester sound system, because if I'm going to be sitting in traffic, it might as well sound incredible. Adaptive sports seats, the heritage interior with Porsche, because if I'm spending this kind of money, I want to feel special getting into it. Carbon roof, aero kits, details that add performance, but more importantly, give the car some identity. And before long, I'd done what I always do. I'd gone a bit overboard. Only this time, when I looked at the price, it was basically the same as the Turbo S, £197,924. And that's the moment when it stopped being simple, because now I wasn't choosing between a better car, I was choosing a different kind of ownership. More power, more speed, more capability than you could realistically use on a UK road. But that's kind of the problem. Where are you actually using 700 horsepower? It's not that you can't use it, it's just that you rarely get to. What does 0-60 in 2.5 seconds really mean when you're driving through London or stuck behind traffic on a B road? At some point, it stops being something you enjoy and starts being something you're just managing. And then you get into the GTS. It's still lightning fast, still far too much performance for UK roads. But it feels like something you can actually use. And more importantly, it feels like your car. Because every option, every detail, every decision was made around how you live. Now, there is one area where the Turbo S probably has the upper hand, and that's resale. It's the flagship, it's the one that everybody recognizes, so there's always going to be a market for the best 911. Whereas this GTS has tens of thousands of pounds worth of options on it, and the reality is, you don't get most of that money back. But these details, the interior, the materials, even the sound system, they matter to you when you use them day to day, but they don't necessarily translate into resale value. But here's the flip side. This is a very specific 911 with a clear identity, and for the right buyer, it can actually be more desirable than something standard. So yes, the Turbo S is probably the safer financial choice, and to be clear, there's something very appealing about having the best one. But the GTS is the more personal one, and if I'm spending 200 grand on a car like this, that matters more. Because at this level, it's not about having the most 911, it's about having the right one. And for me, it's this, but I'm curious, would you go the same way?